So, coach, as the new coach, how do you assess the drawing result, and what's the target that PSS is set for you in the tournament?
Look, I think we said it in the draw. There's no easy games in this tournament. We're playing at a time of year where the conditions will test all of the players. And I think any environment you go to away will be difficult. The fans are fantastic in this part of the world. So, I expect this tournament to be a test. And I think a test that Indonesia are ready for. They came off the back of a tough World Cup qualification. And I think, they want to show what they can do in this tournament. They came a long way in Asia, but they still haven't taken that step of a tournament. So, my mission's very clear. Can we go and win this competition? That's I think the goal of every coach.
So Indonesia had been 6 times going to the final, but never been the winner. What's your strategy?
Well, they've had experience going there, and I think that's part of the motivation for this group. Teams have climbed that mountain, but just haven't got to the top, and we'll certainly use that as a mindset shift to be that first team. And there's nothing better than being the first, not the second or the third. And I think we can drive that with the team. That'll be the mindset to pioneer and usher in this new era of Indonesian football.
So how do you see the Indonesian players for now, as for you as the new coach, and what can be you can evaluate from them?
Well, I'm still learning. I think that's part of the process to understand the whole playing group, because I think when you move into a tournament like this, you are going to rely on your depth. In my time in competing in CONCACAF, we competed in the Gold Cup, which was outside of FIFA windows. So this is where you get a chance to use, players that have been waiting for a chance, and you can really draw on that. So, I really enjoy the spirit and the excitement and the energy often that wider squad can bring to this type of tournament. So I get to see more players, give more people opportunity, and the local players get a chance to compete for their country.
So you're going to focus on the local players?
Well, I think you have to get a balance. If players are available, their clubs release them. I think modern football now, clubs are very specific about FIFA windows and operating in and out of them. Sometimes you can build the relationships with clubs to allow players to be released, but more often than not, the clubs will say no, and you're relying on those players who are desperate to prove their point.
Last one. What's your message for Indonesian supporters?
It's time. It's time. We, together we have to take that step. I think the fans show up every time for our team. The team show up, and at times have fallen short. In these next 6, 8, 12, 2 years, 4 years, we have to take the next steps for this country, and all paths lead to qualifying for World Cup 2030, but we've got some silverware to try and win on the way, and we're going to go for it.
Okay. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
How do you see the drawing result today?
I think the draw is really good for us. I think it's there's complications in both groups, but I actually think if we could have asked for the best group, I think this is the best one for us.
So, who is the biggest rival for you for Thailand?
Well, look, I don't want to pick any individual teams out. I think they're all complicated games. I think, when you play in these tournaments, everyone's at their best, but they're all complicated games. Well, once we get all the full dates and the plan around the timings and the players, and then we'll go into preparation mode and how we're going to prepare for it. But we're going to come into this tournament prepared, and we're going to come into this tournament with the clear objective of wanting to win the tournament.
The target is to win.
Yeah, why would it not be? We have a very strong group of players. We have incredible fans. We've won the tournament, in the second to last time. Got in the final last time. Incredible, as I say, incredible fans. And I have the utmost respect for for the other teams. There's some really strong teams in the tournament. Some really good coaches here, good players. It's not going to be easy, but for Thailand, our objective is to come into this tournament with the objective of winning the tournament.
Okay,
Thank you.
Ya tentunya bukan grup yang mudah, tapi kita pasti selalu berjuang untuk memberikan yang terbaik untuk Indonesia. Toh juga kita belum pernah juara di kompetisi ini, jadi kita harus berusaha semaksimal mungkin untuk mendapatkan gelar tersebut. Tentunya di setiap pelatih baru kita harus menyesuaikan apa yang diminta dengan pelatih baru, dan kita sebagai pemain harus selalu mengikuti apa yang dimau dengan pelatih itu. Untuk adaptasi saya kira nggak bakal begitu sulit karena kita juga masih punya waktu untuk sampai Juli nanti. Kita juga ada waktu sampai ketemu Maret, dan mungkin beberapa pemain lokal juga akan bertemu dengan beliau agak banyak waktu juga. Ya saya berharap ke pelatih baru kita bisa sukses bareng-bareng, tentunya bisa membawa Indonesia lebih tinggi lagi. Ya tentunya setiap saya diberikan kesempatan bermain untuk timnas, saya pasti berusaha untuk menampilkan yang terbaik, dan targetnya kita juga akan ngikutin apa yang diharap sama pelatih, dan pastinya saya berharap bisa menjadi juara juga tentunya. Dan untuk para supporter, dengan kehadiran pelatih yang baru, saya berharap teman-teman selalu support timnas Indonesia.
Perbedaannya apa nih Mas antara pelatih yang baru sama yang lama? Mungkin dari segi sikap atau apa?
Belum ada sih, karena baru pertama ketemu juga. Iya, thank you.
Stay updated. Info terkini masih banyak. Jangan lupa subscribe, like, dan share YouTube official OKZone. Dan selengkapnya ada di okezone.com.